All of it, he says, is a response to President Trump and Texas Republicans as they try to redraw congressional maps in the Lone Star state to help Republicans win more U.S. House seats there. Fox 40 Capitol reporter Eitan Wallace has more on the governor's message.
I'm not going to sit back and watch Donald Trump continue to wreak havoc under the rule of law.
Governor Gavin Newsom blasting President Donald Trump for his plan, calling on Republicans in the Texas legislature to redraw congressional districts in the Lone Star State. The idea, according to Trump, is to shift 5 Democratic-leaning districts into Republican-leaning districts, all with the goal to pick up 5 GOP U.S. House seats.
Just a very simple redrawing. We pick up 5 seats.
Newsom vowing to respond with his own plan.
This is an existential moment. California could demonstrably advance strength. And that's what we intend to do.
Specifically, he says, if Texas Republicans move forward with their plan, then Newsom would consider a plan to redraw California's 52 congressional districts to help Democrats pick up U.S. House seats statewide in the 2026 midterm election. He makes clear, though, any newly redrawn congressional district maps part of his new plan would need to be approved by California voters in a special election this November.
I assure you this, I will not be part of this unless the people of the state of California have those maps. This is not going to be done in a back room. This is not going to be done by members of some private group or body. It's going to be given to the voters for their consideration in a very transparent way.
Newsom acknowledges his plan means changing how the state has drawn maps since 2010, when California voters approved an independent redistricting commission made up equally of members from both parties to draw congressional maps statewide. But now Newsom says if voters approve his new proposal to draw maps favoring Democrats, those new maps would be in effect through the end of the decade. It's at that point the independent commission could come back and start drawing maps again. Republicans weighing in.
Governor, if you're going to try to give House Democratic seats, you're going to find out you're going to have egg on your face, because you're going to find that in a lot of areas you think you have a safe Democratic area, it's going to be turning Republican because of his policies.
McGeorge School of Law adjunct professor Chris McKaylee says Newsom could be opening up a long legal battle ahead.
I have no question that if this approach is taken, it will be challenged. It'll ultimately be up to the courts to decide whether or not this approach is permissible or not.
And important to note, Newsom has said he will not move forward with his plan if Trump and Texas Republicans do not move forward with theirs. Reporting near Sacramento, covering local news that matters, Eitan Wallace, Fox 40 News.